Just a quick disclaimer, there are a few spoilers for Modern Warfare in this trophy list, but it's good for you guys to know there are no missable trophies in this game. There are some difficulty trophies, collectible trophies, and some miscellaneous trophies, but everything can be obtained with mission select post-game. So if you want to go through and play the whole game first without having anything spoiled, you can do that without missing out on any trophies. Then you can come back and watch this video, and I'll tell you everything you need to do to unlock the Platinum. Hello, Trophy Hunters. Welcome back to the Platinum Trophy. Today, I've got a really exciting video for everybody. I have a trophy roadmap guide for the brand new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, which has just been released. This isn't going to be a full trophy guide. This is just going to be a roadmap showing you exactly what you need to do to unlock the Platinum Trophy in this game, how long it's going to take, and what's going to be involved. It's been rumored for a while that it's been coming, but it was sort of stealth released today on the PlayStation Store. Doesn't look like it's hit Xbox yet, just on PlayStation. Really exciting remaster of one of the best Call of Duty games, in my opinion, that I've ever played. As I mentioned though, it's important to note this is the campaign only. It doesn't have the Spec Ops or the multiplayer remastered in this port of the game. And it's currently a really reasonable price up on the PlayStation Store. In Australia, I think it's 35, 37 Australian dollars to purchase the campaign. Now having a look through the trophy list here just to start, we have 51 trophies. 38 bronze, 10 silver, and 2 gold, with 1 platinum obviously. Exactly the same number of trophies that were featured in the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 trophy list on the PlayStation 3. What's most interesting about the trophy list though is that they've kept the exact same number of bronze, silver, gold, and platinum trophies. This is going to be a little bit easier than the original MW2, mainly because there is no multiplayer or Spec Ops mode featured in this game. It's just the single player campaign. I think the Spec Ops trophies were probably the things that gave people the most trouble in the original Modern Warfare 2. And this one here, it's essentially a clone of the original game's trophy list with a few additional trophies, which I'll call out specifically at the end. Using the original Modern Warfare trophy roadmap on PSN profiles as a bit of a guide, this one here is going to take you significantly less time. You'll be looking at around 10 to 12 hours to complete it, rather than the 30 hours the original would have taken to finish. And with the removal of that Spec Ops mode, the entire difficulty level of the Platinum is heavily reduced, down to about a 4 or 5 out of 10, really dependent on how familiar you are with Call of Duty games and how many Call of Duty games you've played in the past. I think there shouldn't be any reason you can't do all of this in a single playthrough, but maybe 2 playthroughs just to be safe. The original one, you only had to do 1 playthrough, so I don't see, after having a look through both of these trophy lists, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to do this in 1 single playthrough as well. Alright, so let's just have a quick skim down the list. Okay, so all of these bronze trophies here, from Back in the Saddle, Danger Close, Cold Shoulder, Tag 'em and Bag 'em, Royale with Cheese, Soap on a Rope, Desperate Times, Whiskey Hotel, The Pawn, and Out of the Frying Pan are all story-related trophies that can all be obtained through each of the different levels in the campaign. They were exactly the same as their counterpart trophies from the original Modern Warfare. All of these trophies are unmissable. They're all obtained just for completing the mission in the story. I know it doesn't say that in the title, but that's literally all you need to do. Storm the Gulag, it's something you can't avoid doing. You have to do it to complete the mission. Then we've got the 2 difficulty-related trophies, For the Record and The Price of War. That's for finishing the campaign and finishing the campaign on either hardened or veteran difficulty. So this is where your 2 playthroughs might come in. But as I said before, you can do this in 1 playthrough if you jump straight to hardened or veteran off the bat. Then you've got difficulty-related trophies for each of the different missions in the game as well. So if you went and played through the game originally on a easier difficulty, you can go back and play specific missions on the harder difficulties to unlock these trophies as well. So these trophies include First Day of School, Black Diamond, Tourist House, Red Dawn, Prisoner 627, End Justifies the Means, Homecoming, Queen Takes Rook, and Off the Grid. So those are all your difficulty-related trophies that are featured in the game. So that's already knocked off half of the trophies in the game. Those are all the same for the original Modern Warfare 2, and you can use guides from the PS3 or Xbox 360 version of that game to unlock any of these trophies as well. For everything I've just mentioned, you shouldn't need a guide for, as all it is completing each of those missions on hardened or veteran difficulty, and then finishing the game in hardened and veteran. And that will get you all of those trophies just straight off the bat. Next, we've got Pit Boss. That's Run the Pit. So that's the training mission at the very beginning of the game. In the mission SSDD in under 30 seconds. Say it's pretty standard in a lot of the older Call of Duty games. There was that sort of pit mission where you kind of learn how to use the weapons. This one could be frustrating. Given the number of people that have got it and how difficult it was in the previous game, I don't think it's going to be too challenging though. There is another difficulty trophy related to the pit though, featured in this game, which is new to Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. We'll talk about that in a second when we get down to the newer trophies. We've then got these ones here. I'm just going to go through them really quickly because they are all trophies from the original game as well. Ghost, Colonial Sanderson, 10 plus foot mobiles, and Unnecessary Roughness. Knock Knock is the same. Some Like It Hot, Two Birds with One Stone, The Road Less Traveled, and Leave No Stone Unturned. Those are all trophies from the original. So is Drive By and The Harder They Fall. These are all trophies that were available in the original game. So I'm not going to go through any of those because I think, for those ones there, you can easily use a guide from the original game and you should be able to get all of those through that. Just realized I've missed a couple. So Desperado, Look Ma Two Hands, No Rest for the Wicked, and Threesome are actually all from the original game as well. None of those are new trophies. They're all old. So this is where we start getting into the new trophies that are from this game only, that weren't in the original game. And they all look to have an association with a particular level. So there's a few unique things in here. Target Confirmed, that's a new trophy, unique to this game. It wasn't in the original game. Instruct the Honey Badger to kill 80 enemies in Exodus. So in the Exodus level, using the Honey Badger to kill 80 enemies, pretty straightforward. It's got a really high percentage of people who have earned it already, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. Angel Savior, do not get your Predator drone destroyed in contingency, so making sure you protect the Predator drone through the entirety of that mission. Might be a little bit more difficult, but I imagine you can replay that mission if you do get the Predator drone destroyed, and then that should be able to avoid that happening. You should be able to earn that trophy. We've got a silver one here, which is do not push this button, ring the red bell in both rooms, and survive the attack. Not actually sure what that one's for, but let me come back to that one. The student surpasses the master, beat BX time in SSD. So this is another time trial trophy related to that training camp. Benox has a time there now, which you have to beat. And it's a harder time than the original game, but still doesn't look like it's too challenging given the number of people that have earned that trophy as well. But again, unique to this game. The Railgun game, complete any mission but SSD and in-game without reloading weapons or using melee attacks. If you're familiar with Call of Duty, that basically just means you have to keep cycling weapons and not reloading them through the entirety of a mission. It shouldn't be difficult per se, but it's probably not something you'd do naturally in the game. It's something you'll have to seek out and do. I'm sure there'll be a guide on which mission is best to do that on, but I don't know yet. Precognitive Paranoia, spoiler alert, this is for killing Shepard. You can do this in the very first mission as soon as you start the training. You can pull a gun out and Shepard's requested that you come and talk to him after you do your training mission, or maybe it's before you do your training mission, and he's standing up on a little guard's tower and you can shoot him there and get that trophy. You can earn that within a couple of minutes of starting the game up. Immortal, complete every mission without dying or reloading a checkpoint at any difficulty. So while this does sound frustrating at first, this basically just means you have to complete the entirety of a mission without dying or reloading the checkpoint. So if you die, you need to start the entire mission again. The good thing about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is that the mission select is really, really good in this game, and you can keep just going back and selecting the mission again and again to complete it. You don't have to quit back to the dashboard or anything like that. As long as you complete the entire mission without dying, then you'll unlock this trophy. It sounds more difficult than it is, but it is quite forgiving. You can also do this on a lower difficulty as well, because it allows for any difficulty. Then the rest of the trophies here, apart from the bottom two, are all for doing specific objectives on missions. So in Wolverine's, destroying the BTRs without Predator drones, that's called Silent Skies. In Loose Ends, kill 11 enemies using the Claymores, that's called Claymore. On the mission Of Their Own Accord, destroy 10 choppers using the Javelin Launcher, that's Bird Hunter. Those are just for doing specific things on those missions. Not too difficult as long as you look out for them. The trophy Hot Potato, On the mission, the only easy day was yesterday. Destroy the helicopter using frag grenades. So as you can see, there's nothing too difficult in any of those. It's just completing those objectives. And then the last two trophies, they're a bit weird. So clown in training. So the US Army Rangers ain't no place for clowns is what the description is. And basically there are 3 clowns featured in the first mission in the game in SSDD. They pop up at random places, but I've already seen a couple of guides of where these clowns are situated in the game, so you can easily go and shoot those. You can get this trophy literally after about 5 minutes of booting up the game. It's really straightforward. It's a strange little Easter egg that they've decided to add into the game. And then Headbanger is kill an enemy with an impact grenade from a frag grenade to the head. So I don't know exactly the parameters around what this one means, and I've done a bit of research and I just still can't seem to dig anything up. I'm not sure whether or not it's hitting an enemy in the head with a frag grenade directly, or throwing a frag grenade near an enemy's head so it explodes, and the impact of the explosion hits and damages the enemy's head. I'm hoping there'll be a little bit more clarity on this one when more people get their hands on the game in the coming days. So I've just looked up the do not push this button trophy. It looks like it's in the museum type level. There's the 2 buttons that you can push, ringing the red bell in both rooms and surviving the attack. So I think it's just surviving that ambush in that room. As I said, as a quick summary again, that is the full trophy list for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. It's not going to be very time-consuming Platinum, but it may be challenging for some people who haven't played the original. It shouldn't take you more than 12 hours. I can't imagine, especially if you do it all in one playthrough. If you do 2 playthroughs, maybe it's a little bit longer than that. But that's the game. There shouldn't be any missable trophies. Everything should be able to be obtained through mission select and things like that, including all the collectibles and that. There's difficulty trophies included. There's some miscellaneous objective trophies. There's some kill trophies, and then there's some collectible trophies in there too. But nothing too out of the ordinary. Hopefully this helps some people. And if you liked this video, you found this video helpful, comment down below. Let me know if I've got anything wrong. Tell me in the comments. Let's start a conversation up, and we'll go from there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe if you did. And I will see you in the next Platinum Trophy Roadmap video.